What is Mookie's status right now?
Mookie is going to take today, take his paternity, stay with the family, and I think potentially he has tomorrow if he chooses. So right now we're just kind of waiting on his decision on the ride.
He's not scheduled to travel with you guys this afternoon?
I think we're leaving it open-ended, so it's kind of on he and his family.
How's Rojas doing?
He is getting tests. So obviously he's not in the lineup today. Don't know how short or long term it's going to be. I should hear hopefully soon. Obviously if it's a little bit more longer term, we would make a move to kind of not put ourselves behind the 8 ball like we are.
Is Taylor improved?
He's improved. He's improved, but not enough to be in there. So hopefully, over the weekend, he'll have a chance to get it in there.
Dave, you guys are so up and down, which we're not used to seeing. What's your state of mind about that right now?
It's can't put a finger on it. We have been inconsistent. I think the thing that's been most consistent has been the starting pitching, which is really crucial. As far as all other facets, I just don't understand the inconsistencies. I think it's it's not preparation, it's not work, it's not familiarity for me. I think that guys have a good rapport, and so I don't know. I expect it to be more consistent.
I know you've been asked this before, and I apologize for asking again. How do you fix the speed, or can you fix the stolen bases against and for?
Yeah, as far as stolen bases against, I think that we just have to do a better job of managing the base runners varying times. I think that the rules of throwing over disengagements lend itself to more stolen base attempts. The bases being a little bit bigger. We still got to be better. I don't know the stats across the league, but I'm sure we probably lead the league in stolen bases given up. I put that on the pitching staff more so than the catchers. And as far as stolen bases for, the very few attempts that we've taken, we've been unsuccessful. So, that's on me. But I think as far as...
Well, do you have the manpower, do you have the speed to even steal bases?
Yeah, that's the thing, is I think that we're going to be on the lower end of stolen base attempts anyway, because we just don't have the foot speed. We really don't. We're just not built to be a team like the Diamondbacks, per se, that has a lot of team foot speed.
When Mookie comes back, is shortstop still in play for him, or does that depend on Rojas' status?
It depends on Rojas' status. It depends on CT status. And I think that today was just an opportunity given both those guys' status. So I think that as we look out, it's a possibility, but today was a more of a more viable option to them.
Dave, what's I don't know if I want to say concern level, but just the shortstop, you're going to have to kind of maintain that a bit. Rojas looks like he needs some maintenance days moving forward. Just what are the thoughts? Just kind of
Yeah, I just think that it's more of, it's where we're at, and it's not kind of typical of a ball club as far as kind of sharing time at that position. It's usually other positions, but I think that to be able to manage Miguel's workload, given the soft tissue stuff that he's had since spring training, managing CT's workload, and I think those two guys taking it down, of all things being equal, I think makes sense. And it's kind of where we're at.
How would you assess Vargas defensively so far?
I think it's been okay. I think it's going to continue to get better. And part of having him take on this position this year, there's going to be some growing pains. And so that's to be expected. But also the expectation is that he gets better. And so there's some plays that I think that we'd like to have back. But again, the bet is on the person, the player, and the athlete.
Is it tough to sacrifice middle infield as valuable as it is? I mean, even with Lux, in his first full year, you were going to have to deal with that a little bit, but how tough has it been just kind of to deal with that a little bit?
You know, I think as far as the middle infield, I think that we've shown the consistency of Vargas playing second base and getting a good runway. So I think that's one part that I feel good about going forward. I think, you know, the shortstop position, obviously losing Gavin, and gave Miguel Rojas an opportunity. And I still believe that those two guys, I think Chris has played really good at short when he's been in there, and I think Miguel has played well. So I think those two guys taking down that defensive position, I think we can do that. So I think the middle infield is certainly not the problem of inconsistencies with our team.
Dave, just quickly, with a matchup like today, which you matchup, Scherzer, obviously someone who's spent some time in this club, and when you have someone like Noah Syndergaard who has spent time in that club, and this is kind of like a match. Do you get excited, or do you look forward to kind of see these names writing them in, so you can like walk up to each other, just knowing the competitive nature of the two guys?
I think there's some anticipation. I think for me, the anticipation is Max is going to want to throw really well against us here at Dodger Stadium. And I think Noah, knowing that everyone on the East Coast is going to be watching this game and it's his former team, and he wants to show well too. So I don't think either player would say that, but there's a competitor in both of them that, you know, you want to show well against your former ball club. So for me, the anticipation is to see the fire to compete in both those guys, and expectation is for our club to follow Noah's kind of inner fire as far as following what Clayton did last night. So that's what I count.
Noah said after his last start, his velo dip may have been because he worked out, he threw a little too much between starts. Was there an adjustment there before?
There was. He tempered it this last time. You know, there's certain guys that when they're not feeling their best, they want to do more. And as we all know, a lot of times more is not better. But it was ironic that he still got through it and pitched well, but I do think that there's going to be an uptick in stuff today, given that he didn't kind of expend so much extra energy.